Hey everyone, Dragon Sushi here, and today we're going to be looking at an extremely effective, albeit slightly expensive OG Victory Strike deck. With the last Universal Onslaught set release, as well as the upcoming set, the Son Goku Awakened Power is going to be an extremely volatile card. There are a lot of variations of this deck, however this one in specific works really well with the OG Victory Strike, and it is still quite crazy with the Apex of Power. Completely on an unrelated note, I'm going to be doing a few giveaways with the Son Goku Awakened Power. I'm sure a lot of you know that the prices have gone up and it's really high, so I'll be giving one away this video and one away in the next video. I actually have like 4 or 5 copies, so let me just show it to the camera. Here it is, that's the first one, and I'll be giving this one away in the next video. So all you guys have to do is help me reach 200 subscribers and 150 no, scratch that, 150 subscribers and 100 likes on this video alone, and then you guys can just comment down below on your email address or on your phone number, and then I can get it to you using DHL Express. Anyway, there's more information on that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Anyway, this is my Victory Strike version of the Hero of Universe 7 Goku starter deck. Now, really busted deck, so let's go ahead and do a quick recap of the Goku leader here. We got him the 9th set, he has critical on both sides, so that's really good, along with the Warrior of Universe 7 auto skill on both. And this guy awakens at here at 4 life, or if you have Universe 7 in play with 25,000 or more power, you draw 2 cards, and then you can flip him over this guy. So when he attacks, he draws a card, and you could boost one of your Universe 7 battle cards by 5k for the duration of the turn. Can't boost himself, unfortunately, but you know, it's still pretty busted. And the fact that you're able to boost up the already insane units even further, including a Victory Strike, just makes it so much easier to end your opponent. On the defense side, you're always going to be denying them resources, since you'll always be hitting with your critical. They're either going to be losing their life or just waste cards from their hand. So either way, you're not really giving them any life, and that's really the best part about this leader. On to the actual deck, we're going to be running 4 copies of Intensifying Power Trunks for the same exact reason. More crit hits, more chances to deny the opponent valuable resources, and we also get to dig through our life. If we get supremely unlucky and end up with the Victory Strike Son Goku in our life, this card will really help us dig in there and get it out. Moving on to the next battle card, we're going to be running the Universal Impulse Son Goku. Now this card is absolutely insane. I mean, he basically guarantees a 2-turn awakening. So when you play this card, it gains 10,000 for the duration in the turn, and you can play non-Universe 7 battle cards, which isn't going to be a big deal for this deck, as you can probably see. So this goes from 16 to 26k, fulfilling the requirement of the leader, and potentially awakening at 7 or even 8 life, and getting that 15k crit that the leader offers, and boosting the battle cards. So that's just insane. If this guy had crit as well, it would be awesome, but then he'd be too busted. I mean, I'm really happy because this man has another auto that says when your opponent plays any battle card, you can bounce this dude back into your hand. Now you may ask, Sushi, why would I want to give him? Why would I want to get him back into my hand? Well, it's because you can make your opponent cry by activating the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Steadfast Ally in potentially turn 2. These 2 cards are absolutely sense. I mean, he's a 25k blocker, and he does have the auto that says, in effect, when one of your other cards get attacked, you can switch this card to rest mode, and that's basically what happens with this guy. You can take away your battle card, you can put in Steadfast Ally Vegeta, and by turn 2 you have a 25k blocker, and in fact you don't even have to use them as a blocker initially. I mean, 25k is big for turn 2. You could just end your opponent's battle cards that are in rest. Also, if somehow your opponent manages to KO or remove him, even maybe the later turns, if you have another one in your hand, you can just pop him in again and then start using him as a blocker, because, I mean, it doesn't really say that you can't use Steadfast Ally as the guy who gets out, if you know what I'm saying. So your opponent's going to realize pretty quickly there's not much he can do. Next we go to the Red-Blue Multi, running 4 copies of the Ultra Instinct Goku Energy Explosion. So a very good card here. He does have the Invoker stuff, but that doesn't really apply to us. He has 2 really good autos. We only care for the first one. You choose 3 cards in your energy pool or energy area, place them in your drop area, and when you play this card from your hand, you choose 3 cards in your drop area, negating energy exhaust, and place them in your energy. So you put up 3 of any energy, and you can choose multicolors. You can just go ahead and straight up negate the energy cost. So that is really nice. So I run 4 copies of our Victory Strike. 4, not of our Victory Strike. I run 4 copies of this guy for our Victory Strike Son Goku. He is EX Evolve 1 of any energy. You gotta remove Universe 7 card, and its only requirement is to be a Universe 7 Goku with any card energy cost of 6 or more. This is an energy cost of 6, so this is a viable evolve target for your Victory Strike. So here there's 45k power. Obviously Victory Strike, when the attack goes through, you automatically win the game, and the skill and attack cannot be negated. So the whole point is to wear down our opponent with our critical hits, and then make sure their hand and resources are as low as they can possibly get, and that's when we go ahead and use this guy in attack and just win. But depending on whatever you want to do, either way, depending on what you want to do, either you could boost him using our leader skill and then attack, or you could attack and then boost, or you could attack with this guy first and then boost him. So you're going to be starting off with if you use the leader after you evolve, you're going to be starting off with a 50k Victory Strike instead of 45, because remember, the leader adds plus 5,000. And even after that, even after attacking with this guy, remember we chose 3 energy from this guy, and we're only choosing 1 energy for the EX evolve. So you still have 2 other energy to work with. So you can use the Sensu beams here to boost them even further, or you can use the Almighty Resistance, which I do run 3 of for plausible reasons. Because if your leader card's red, you pitch a yellow card, and you're going to be able to negate a counterattack. Even though yes, his attack cannot be negated. Son Goku's attack cannot be negated. That doesn't mean your opponent can activate the counter skills themselves. So stuff that would still affect this guy here, like After Image, for example, you could go ahead and shut down right there and then using Almighty Resistance. Because as I said, you have 2 energy to work with. So we do want some yellow cards, so you can go ahead and get some yellow cards from your drop area, using this guy's auto, and then use them to bring out Almighty Resistance. I mean, it's no battering laser, but for Victory Strike, I feel you need something, because we're getting so many more cards now, not to mention the issues with the Draft Box 5, which is a whole other bag of worms. But essentially, we've got so many more counter cards that it may not necessarily negate, but do so much more stuff to it. So being able to prevent that is really, really amazing for this card right here. So that's a whole combo there. But our other sporting cards is going to be our super combos. We got 2 backbones of Universe 7. 2 backbones, Son Goku, and 2 Beerus Divine Obliterator. I feel that this is the perfect ratio. Some people like to go for all Beerus, and others just want to go for the all Goku just because of the drawing power. I understand both completely, but both are really good. And here's one of the big reasons I had to do this online. I am unfortunately going to be running Topo's Righteous Aid. And those of you probably saw it on screen. I know it's like one of the hard cards to get in Draft Box number 4. And even though there's a reprint of it in Draft Box number 5, that was limited print anyway. And the price has fallen, but not by too much. He's pretty overpowered. He's a counterattack. You toss out a card, play him, and then negate the attack. And even though he costs 4 initially, during your opponent's turn, he becomes 2-drop. And anytime your opponent attacks after that, they must toss 2 cards in order to attack. So it really helps keep you safe, because you may have to wait 6 turns to play. You have to be prepared to wait 6 turns to play Explosion Goku. So you need a way to defend yourself as long as possible until your Victory Strike gets in, because there are decks out there that can really end matches superbly quick. So Topo, as hard as he is to get, he does that job very well. We're also going to be running Vegeta Saiyan Tag Team. We run him just for his Activate Battle, pay his energy, and choose a Universe 7 or Universe 6 battle card being attacked, and it gains 6k power until the end of your next turn. And then you can go ahead and play this card from your hand, but then you can play another copy of him in the turn. You likely use him when you're blocking with your Vegeta Steadfast ally, and when he's being attacked, you can just go ahead and pay the energy to play out the Vegeta, and then get this guy to 31k. That'd probably save him for the next turn, but if not, and he still does get knocked out, you still have a 20k to swing at your opponents. But hey, if they have their life already that low, go ahead and just go for the game. Typically, we're not wanting to give our opponent life, but if they're that low and we can't use our Victory Strike, then you do still have plenty of options, plenty of high attackers around here. So you don't necessarily, in times of clutch, you don't always need to rely on the Victory Strike to get the job done. And now along with the other supporting cards, we are going to be also running 4 copies of Ready to Fight Son Goku and 4 copies of Universe 7 representatives, which gives us the yellow energy we needed for our Almighty Resistance. And both their skills are very similar. This one, I believe, lets you look at up to 3 cards, and this one lets you look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, so it really helps to get the Victory Strike in your hand. Now, something interesting about this is that it gains Universe 7 in all areas. This is a survival search target for both of these guys, which is awesome. So these are our main searches. We're also running Tournament of Power Arena, a card that is insanely overpowered and heavily used in Invoker and TOP decks. You may be wondering, is it though? Well, the part that is great is that if your leader is Universe 7, you get to negate energy exhaust in all areas, and we only have 12 possible cards that we would put in our energy, but I mean, this card still comes into use, and it's the active main that's really, really good. You can switch it to rest mode. You look at up to 3 cards, and you're going to put them either on the top if you like them, or at the bottom in any order you choose. So you can go ahead and control what you draw either off your next turn or what you draw when you attack with a leader here. Hopefully you'll get the Victory Strike you need, or it'll get you to the 6 drop you need. In fact, it's actually just another way to search our deck and essentially draw what you need. And we can always be running 4 copies of Master Roshi. This is another negate, and it's yellow, which again helps us for energy, and it's searchable because it's obviously Universe 7. And it can combo to defend your leader or battle card. And just to elaborate what I said before, you could use your Ultra Instinct Explosion. You can go ahead and get this back from your drop to energy, and it fulfills the Almighty Resistance if you have to use it when you attack the Victory Strike. So that's it, guys. This has been my Victory Strike deck profile, and honestly, most of the deck isn't too hard to find or too hard to get. I mean, the topper right now is lowering, but it's still kind of pricey. Hopefully, it'll stay at the lower end price and make it really affordable. Right here, he is very expensive. I think he's still the most expensive card in DragonBall Super. I haven't been keeping up the prices recently, but I've heard that he's gone up to insane prices. PSA grading coming back and selling for $5,000. So he's still the mantle of DragonBall Super, the holy grail, if you will. And that is why I'll be sending you guys the Son Goku Awakened Power. You guys just have to help me get the 200 subscribers, 150 likes on this video, and comment down below your email address, and then you can reach out to me using the Reddit or comment under the post I make on the subreddit that's called the DragonBall Super Card game. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Keep up. See you in my next video.